go ahead and speak about a topic that is of concern. Um, so I found out about or discovered Miss LaTruth, excuse me, Briana, just being Briana now. I probably known about her maybe 2 years when the pandemic uh, kicked off. And, her and her ex, LaTruth, they dual found them when they was doing pranks or what have you. And I mean, the pranks was corny, but I like to see people progress and, doing the best they can. So um, that's how I became familiarized and started following him. And plus, the truth can sing a little bit. I mean, he on everybody's posts across the internet, so you can't miss him. So I like brothers that hustle. So I followed, because I wanted to support. Um, let's get back to Brienne. I know her mother passed away some years ago. You know, she's uh, she's no longer alive. God rest her soul. I know she still has her father, but I could tell initially when I watched her that the way she showed up on social media wasn't totally authentic, and I can respect that, her being late 20s, early 30s, still finding her way. So um, I gave her a pass for that, but you could just see that she didn't show up totally authentic. Some of that was made up. Fast forward, she has this large platform, which I respect. She went from this meek, passive young lady that now is just all over the place. I focus all my attention for the most part on YouTube currently, even though I'm on all the platforms. But yes, this morning I came across a video of hers. I guess it's her birthday, and it's nothing short of porn, in my opinion. Um, here's a young mother that is influential uh, with a lot of young ladies. They looking at her, aspiring to emulate that jacked up best life, and this girl has started to show who she really is, which isn't that meek mother that wants to help other single mothers, and it's a shame, and these young ladies is gonna buy into it. She got 4 kids, and she could be the star of a porn movie with what she just posted. I mean, grinding. She need to get a room. How she on that video gyrating. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that these young ladies will look to her and think that their terms, my old ass is hating. And and 20 years older than them, ain't nobody hating. I'm just putting out information as I see fit, because these young women are just disrespecting themselves in a way that one day they gonna regret it, and it's unfortunate. Um, she has 2 sons. Her oldest 2 kids are males. If you don't know who Brianna is, or if you do, you think I'm lying, go look at her video that she put up. Just think how them young boys is going to feel when they're more aware and they go back and watch those videos of their mother dropping it like it's hot. And she got another video where her pants is folded down, and basically, she got a G-string on. It's pathetic. And my concern is the impression that these type of females is uh, posing upon these other young ladies. We gotta generation of young people that grew up behind the internet that didn't develop social skills, and that's Gen Z. And these young people will think that that's normal, that's acceptable. Uh, Contrary to popular belief, no mentally mature and healthy man is going to want to be with her. They'll hit it and quit it, just like that gentleman. She went now. Do you? I'm willing to bet anybody that at some point that young man is going to bail out. He ain't. She's popular. She has a large following. I know he aspires to be an actor. He's trying to get his numbers up. No, and she got 4 kids, and it's not putting down women with 4 kids. I was a mother with 2 kids. The reality is, when you start having a lot of kids, your selection pool goes down. It ain't hating. I'm just putting out facts. A lot of people won't want to be committed to a woman with a lot of kids. It's just some will. They say, well, it's somebody for everybody. No, it's not. It's not enough men out there. Do the math. So we need to quit with that lie. Um, he just the first after her husband that she dealing with, and I talk about mental health and mental well-being within the minority community because number one, I care, and I'm African American, and I learned some years ago, back in my 20s, when I started struggling with, I probably struggled with depression and anxiety my whole life, but growing up, we wasn't taught about it. I didn't start trying to understand and reach out to understand what mental health was until my early 20s, because I knew always being agitated, depressed, wasn't normal. I knew that could not have been a healthy way of life, and I wanted to understand and do something about it, so I did. But the thing about it, which I talked on another live briefly, I remember feeling like that had to be hush hush and quiet when I went and got on antidepressant pills in my early 20s. It was like a don't tell type thing, and the reality of it is a lot of these young people, you know, they're not emotionally developed. And so that leaves a great opportunity for somebody to be impressed upon and led in the wrong direction. Briana was talking about that mental health, and truth be told, she ain't healed. That young lady has not healed it all. She don't know the first thing about healing. And I remember thinking that when she started talking about she was healed, um, you got to go through true work, you know, true inner exploration of your feelings and understanding, and work through your traumas in your life, just not there, but throughout your life. Um, and she's had traumas. Her mother's deceased, God rest her soul, and she's not that old. So I knew that was false, but as these young ladies had these large platforms, they do what's popular, um, but not what's right. And she's going to grow to regret that because she's a mother, and more than a mother, a woman that should have some dignity and self-respect. She don't gyrate and roll her hips and her body like she riding a man on social media. Um, and she got 4 kids. I mean, it's sad, and it's not a lot of women that I'm aware of that's in my generation, Gen X, that's speaking out um, authentically about what's wrong with this. Many times I wonder where some of these young women that are just out here and that are overtly comfortable with their sexuality to the point to where it makes others uncomfortable. Where are their parents now? Like I said a minute ago, I see a couple people popped on. I know Brianna's mother is deceased, but Brianna is an old enough, mature woman. She got kids now to know that that ain't the right thing to do. But see, I seen her transition from that fake meek, uh, somewhat introverted, soft-spoken young lady that she presented herself to the world to the a cocky one. And we all got some cockiness in it. Lord knows I've had plenty, but I've tried to smoothen that out because you can express yourself without all the attitude and aggression. And I start to see how she was very arrogant with her audience. And I said, now we get into the real person. And see, they get these platforms and they forget what this all about. Your platform is large because of people. People are following you. People are supporting you. So don't get so full of yourself to where you start to lash out at those that support you. And I've seen that in her. And I think she's become desensitized to what this mega platform environments are all about because she just wilding out. That young man is with her. Why he want her with 4 kids? For real. Um, not yeah, she's a beautiful girl. Well, she's an attractive girl. Beauty is more than physical, and what she's exerting is not pretty. So she ain't beautiful. Um, it's a reason. It's a reason. And unfortunately, she's not emotionally or mentally mature enough to understand that that gentleman is there for other reasons. Yeah, he liked to play recess with her body, but he ain't there to stay. That's a business move. You can believe that. Brienne, I had left a comment on one of her lives when she was doing all that extra, going back with her ex, hollering, screaming, looking a mess on social media. I had made the comment that she should get her older friend because having awareness that her mother had passed, she could learn a lot. And she lashed out on her live about she don't need nobody tell her nothing. Her experiences is hers, and she going through them herself. Hey, that's on you, sweetheart. Um, One thing that I pride myself with when I was younger, and still today, the rest of my life I'll be like this. I appreciated older people's advice. It's called wisdom, if you didn't know. And a lot of it I implemented in my life, and I was able to navigate through some of the mess that others uh, that I knew didn't. I took wisdom and mature advice and implemented much of it in my life, and I was able to navigate. So I'm thankful to God for that. Uh, but she was arrogant about, the advice. Don't bother me none. I sleep well at night. And then on another one, I don't know if somebody mentioned something about that getting an older friend, and she said something about she would uh, love to have an older friend and collaborate. See, she all over the place. One, you chastising the other one. Either somebody uh, got in your ear or you had to think about it. So you try to clean up that arrogancy and that mess. And it's a shame because, again, just like I had mentioned with that Peach McIntyre, who I recently discovered no more than 2 weeks ago, less than 2 weeks ago. I've known Briana for about 2 years, been aware of Briana for about 2 years since the pandemic. Like I said, they got these platforms and they're just using them correctly. Uh, Her platforms is just about her. I don't see any, she started off with wanting to help mothers. That day has since gone. Um, when you want to sustain, you really have to be humble and authentic. And life is about, if you are a spiritual person, to be of service of others. I don't I don't see those young ladies doing that for the most part. Uh, and and using their platforms in a productive manner. You always, when you really want to know what's going on, go in the comments. Uh, those videos that Briana's throwing up, see, people get tired of that. I've seen a lot of people saying uh, it was distasteful and they didn't support it and she didn't have to go that route because of being overly sexualized will only come to bite you in the future. It's not going to be a positive thing, unfortunately. Might feel good now, and you might think it's all that, but anytime I look at something and I cringe or I start to feel uncomfortable, I'm going to speak out about it because it's a shame. Um, and I know a lot of these young people don't listen. They think they got all the answers, but I know I've been here a little longer. Some of y'all a lot longer. I'm in my late 40s, so old enough to be their mothers. And I have a daughter, and same things that I do and would tell her, like being a thought and acting like a whore is not going to serve you well throughout life. I know a lot. You go through the stage in life where you want a husband, a man. All young ladies are going to go through that. I went through that in my life. When I was younger. Most men, a man that is respectable, that's emotionally aware, healthy and mature, he wants that in return. He wants that woman in return. Real men don't want their women. And this is way before, and they say, nah, that's back then, you old, these new day and time. No, some desires, some expectations don't change. The kind of men that you want to marry, they don't want a woman like that. They'll hit it. Any man will hit it, but they ain't gonna want to keep it. So I think Briana needs to get into therapy. I don't think it. I know it. She has a lot of healing to do. Uh, First sign of not being healed. I don't even know if she's divorced. I don't think she is yet. If she is, she just got it. Jumping from one relationship to the next. You know, she she got a long way to go. She got a long way to go, and hopefully she get in front of that and redirect her message, her work into a more healthy, productive message to these other young ladies because a lot of them are impressionable and they think that this is the right thing and it's just not. And it's unfortunate. So I'm going to continue to speak up and I'm going to speak out about the misdirection that these young mega influencers are giving out to these other young ladies, thinking that acting and carrying themselves in this way is going to serve their lives well because it's not. It'll come a day and time where Briana will wish she hadn't put that kind of stuff out because them kids gonna see that what you put in the world. Once you put it out there, it's out there. Whether you take it down or her actions, her current actions. Her kids are, young, but as they get older and the other kids learn who they are and who their mother is, kids are very cruel. And you think them young boys ain't gonna talk mess about them boys' mama like that, as they get older? Uh, it's it's the wrong behavior for a mother of four, and I really do encourage and want her to get into therapy. Her and her kids, um, she needs therapy, and she needs it sooner than later. You know, everybody want to say living their best life in self-care and self-love. I don't see none of that. I see emotionally damaged and a lot of hot mess going on this internet. And As a mother of a Gen Z daughter and a millennial son, I'm gonna speak out about it every time because I want children that might not have, or young adults that might not have the direction or the guidance from their parents, um, to know what I know to be true. Same things I tell my children, who are young adults. That ain't the life you want to lead. Briana is a hot mess, and I cannot get behind and support nothing she does because I know that it's toxic. I know that it's not the right behavior, and as a woman, African American woman of African American children, I'd be wrong to support her in that capacity because I know it's not positive and it's not going to do her life or her kids' life any justice. Yes, she get checks now, but at what cost? What cost? Now, after this current young man get what he came for, he going about his business, then who next? Because see, contrary to what she believed, the truth, she'll miss him one day. Uh, because ain't nobody else that's worth something gonna marry. Now she might can marry a bum, she might can find somebody that marry again, but it's not gonna be a productive man. Uh, less than somebody that she gonna have to take care of possibly, and then she'll go back to the times where where she was married to him, and she'll grow to regret that because a man that's productive and that's got his life in order, trying to, ain't going to wife her up. Not that he don't need a lot of work, because every time she posts something, he posts something uh, standing next to a woman that you think might be attractive. It's like tit for tat. But don't know productive woman want him neither. He need therapy too. See, that's the thing. They want to exert this image and this lifestyle. But really, you got two people that's out there hurting that need to be in therapy, don't need to be in a relationship with nobody, need to focus on their kids and get their lives in order. And then once they do that, then start dating. But you don't have to be damn near half naked to get attention. I mean, you already got your followers, and you got that without looking like a porno queen. And when you look in her comments, don't have to take my word for it. Go see for yourself. Um, got a lot of people that ain't supporting that. You know, uh, everybody don't want to see all of that, and it ain't about looking the other way. It's about keep it in the house and behind your four walls. The world ain't got to adjust to you. You need to adjust to the world. And most people in the world, contrary to what uh, American society has put out, a lot of people ain't wilding out like we are here in the U.S. and it's pathetic. Um, it's degrading. It's disrespectful. We need to do something about it. So I hope that we can start to, and it's not talking down about these people. It's calling out wrong. It's not supporting bad behavior when we know it's bad behavior and encouraging them to do something different. We don't have to be aggressive and negative because we disagree. But like I was told many years ago, feedback is a gift. Constructive feedback is a gift. If you receive, if you listen, I learned that. So I gotta get ready to go to the dentist, but I'll be back. I gotta get these numbers up. Auntie YouTube gotta get her numbers up. I'm gonna call it out as I see fit. If it's foul, I'm gonna call it what it is. And some of these young ladies, they need to hear the truth because obviously they don't know any difference. So if it's me the one to tell them, I'm honored to help you out. You appreciated it throughout life because one thing's for sure, once you get a bad reputation, it ain't going nowhere. It's there to stay. Enjoy your day. God's blessing.